welcome to my channel and welcome to my kitchen. Today we are doing a grocery haul. I have 3 bags of food and I paid around $89 for it from Whole Foods. I find a lot of my products from Whole Foods and I'm going to unpack them with you. The very first thing we're going to have to talk about is the fact that matcha and green tea is actually the best form of caffeine for eczema if you have to drink caffeine. If you can go without caffeine, it's a little bit better, but I will say a standard green tea, not as strong as matcha, actually can help reduce a lot of redness. So if you're dying to have a drink in the morning to feel better, green tea is going to be that drink. The next thing that I have not tried before is goat milk. And I eat goat cheese pretty regularly. It agrees with me perfectly fine. I actually am not lactose intolerant. My body can tolerate lactose. I've already done an elimination diet where I took milk and dairy out. Milk is dairy. Dairy products out of my diet, and I was able to add them back in. And so for me, I was drinking a plant-based nut milk and I didn't really feel like it was agreeing with my body, so we're gonna try goat milk and see how this goes. Another staple for me is just a container of greens. So these are sweet baby greens. They have a lot of nutrients in them. I wasn't able to eat these for a really long time because my liver was super overworked. So now that my liver's healthy, I can eat things like these greens and it makes me feel super healthy. And if I don't eat the entire container of these, I'll actually freeze them and I'll use them in my steamer, or I'll put them in a stir fry or whatever. So this is another staple for me. Really quick, I got a container of matcha, so this is so that I can make it at home. I try to be as eco-friendly as I can. I'm not an expert at it, so I'm trying to stay away from these plastic bottles and move to making matcha at home. Then we have mushrooms. As long as your body is not intolerant to mushrooms or has a pseudo-allergy, mushrooms are actually fantastic for people with eczema, and even people with super severe eczema can eat mushrooms. So this has been my staple for the last 3 years. Another thing that was my staple when I was trying to heal was sweet potatoes, and here is a Japanese sweet potato. For a while I actually had candida and I couldn't eat potatoes, so it took me a while to add these back in, but I usually just chop them up and air fry them. And actually, a trick that I keep telling you guys in my new videos is that if you eat potatoes or rice, let them cool in your fridge and reheat them because it increases resistant starch and actually makes them more of a prebiotic for your gut. I interrupt this video from a message from our sponsors. Only kidding, but we do need to talk about this supplement by North American Herb & Spice. You guys know I absolutely adore this brand because every single freaking thing that I buy from them has impressed me. I have their shampoo, I have a bunch of supplements from them, I have gotten a room spray by them, and every single thing that I've got promotes healing and promotes a healthy life. So you guys know that I already trust North American Herb & Spice. So today we're going to talk about their supplement called Royal Power. And this is actually really neat when it comes to eczema. It contains royal jelly, it contains rosemary, sage, and camu. So camu is actually a very good source of vitamin C, and vitamin C helps create collagen, which helps us repair our skin. Royal jelly is an insane thing, and I know a lot of you guys might not know what royal jelly is. Basically, from what I understand, it's the way the bees will feed their queen. And there's a lot of powerful nutrients that come in royal jelly, like B vitamins. But in particular, there's something that is very interesting for me when it comes to eczema with royal jelly. And it's that it's very anti-inflammatory because it actually contains natural steroids. So, because it contains natural steroids, that is something that your body would have been making to fight the inflammation from eczema. So for example, when you're stressed out or when you have a wound, your body creates natural steroids to help fight the inflammation. Well, people with eczema, the inflammation is too great for your body to naturally keep up. So taking something like this that has a natural steroid, it can help reduce the inflammation without your body becoming dependent on the external source of steroids. So I find this really fascinating. They say to take this twice, well, they say to take 2 supplements during breakfast. So I've been taking this for a few weeks now, and I'm so impressed. I will just say that for people with candida, this is excellent. This will really, really help you with candida. If you have an overworked liver, I would pass, because the rosemary and sage and camu would send your liver through a whole problem. So if you have candida, if you have TSW, this, y'all, this. So let's continue with our normal programmed program. Now unpacking this bag, we have Banza Pizza, and this is a chickpea crust pizza. The dairy is real dairy on this, but like I said, I can personally tolerate lactose, and so for me, if I'm craving pizza, this is my best option. I love it. It's clean, it tastes good. So this is my chickpea pizza. Now we're gonna unpack a bunch of freezer stuff. I have a Californian style blend, spinach, red raspberries, and then, like I said, I try to be eco-friendly. So I have compostable trash can liners. This is small bags and this is big bags. I put all of my cat litter in the small bags. When it comes to these frozen foods like the raspberries, the spinach, and the Californian blend, if your liver's overworked, these are not gonna be foods for you. The raspberries, the spinach, and like the broccoli in that can actually overwork your liver. Well, it's more so that you have like a fatty liver, an overworked liver, and adding anything that's high in salicylates is going to actually make you more itchy. So if you have an overworked liver, go on a low salicylate diet, so you can have lentils, and you can have mushrooms, sweet potatoes. You can have quite a few things when you're on a low salicylate diet. So check that out, and we're gonna unpack the last bag. Alrighty, over here we're gonna unpack some produce and talk through that. If you know me well enough, you know that I will not stop talking about leeks. They are high in prebiotics and are extremely good for your gut. You can eat them on a low salicylate diet. You can eat them on the candida diet. So if you don't know what to eat, this is an excellent food to eat to heal your eczema. Asparagus, this is actually really good for detoxing your liver. And I didn't eat asparagus when I was healing, but now I try to keep this in my diet just to refresh my liver and make sure I'm on the right track. Carrots, and if you know my story, carrots are pretty low in salicylates, so you can add these back in pretty quickly. But for me, my liver was so overworked that I couldn't even have carrots without itching. By the way, there is a tip for whether or not you have candida or an overworked liver. The trick is that if you're itching during the day after you eat food, it's likely you have candida or an overworked liver. So pay attention to whether you're eating veggies and itching or whether you just ate something sweet and are itching. I have Swiss chard, which has so many vitamins and minerals in it. And I'm actually gonna take a lot of this produce, chop it up and freeze it. And on Instagram, I recently posted a reel where I showed you how I steam my food. So I'll actually put all of this into a metal steamer, usually with a salmon or with some beef. And then I have a really easy dinner that takes it takes 25 minutes, but the amount of effort you put in is around 3 minutes. Okay, I have broccoli. I'm gonna chop and freeze this. And then I have purple broccolini, which I thought looked absolutely incredible. And I'm actually gonna keep this in the fridge and add this to stir fries. I really like eating this with goat butter, some nutritional yeast, and a little bit of salt. And it's like, actually something I've been doing lately is taking something like this, putting goat butter in the pan, and then adding a little bit of miso paste. And it turns out absolutely amazing. What we have are 2 apricots and 2 avocados. And avocados were actually one of those things, it took me a really long time to add back into my diet. And I don't know whether that was because I had a pseudo allergy to avocados because I loved eating avocado toast and eating all of those things. But I'm very, very, very grateful to have avocados back into my diet. And as far as fruit, I don't actually eat a whole lot of fruit, but what I like to do is chop up something like apricots or plums or maybe even pears and add it to a salad just to give, apricots in general, I can't remember exactly what their profile is, but they have a certain nutrient that's really, really high in apricots. So I try to keep my diet in a way where I'm getting loads of different types of nutrients now that I don't have any restrictions like candida or an overworked liver. Alright guys, thanks for watching this grocery haul with me. Coco wishes you a happy week, and I'll see you guys in my next video.